Peace and Blessings Collective. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to a new moon cycle. Hold on. Here we go. Look, we are divinely protected and all is well. We have everything we need the moment we need it. I don't know what is going on, but just like as I sat down to get ready to go live, I got this sharp pain right here. So I don't know, that may be significant for someone. Also, an owl started hooting. Is that what you would call the owl sounds? Right outside my window as I sat down, and now my ear is ringing. So there's a lot of contact being made. There are people connecting energetically. There are energies tapping in with you if you are willing to listen, if you are able to connect to your intuition and trust it. Like, don't question these things. Don't be like, oh, well, it's just this or it's just that. There is deeper meaning to everything at this time. Like this Cancer new moon and then the Jupiter Cazimi that was yesterday, there is so like the energy is so heightened and you are being activated in a way that you never have been before. There are codes coming online that have never been active before. You are new. Like you're I don't know if anyone here is familiar with like the new human conversation, new human design, which also, corresponds with the new earth and 5D living, but this current astrology is really activating those new human characteristics. So don't be surprised if you start experiencing the spiritual in a new way, if you start experiencing your intuition in a new way. There are so many energetic connections being made, and in the 3D as well. Like this is a time to really be open to fated encounters, like encountering people that are meant to be about a part of your life, if not for the rest of it, for a significant part of it, that are going to play a significant role in what's to come for you. But you have to be open. Like, and I feel the need to say that because it feels like someone, that there's people listening that have had very unpleasant or like experiences that made them close off. And it's been like this for a while, like being in hermit mode, being in solitude. We have, Metatron came out twice. So we have Archangel Metatron alone with Heaven to Earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on Earth. And then we have Metatron and Sandalphon, which are divine counterparts, with sacred connection, synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. So many synchronicities. I don't even know how to explain it because you just need to keep an eye out. Don't discount the connections that you make in your mind. If you just thought about a movie and now all of a sudden you hear someone 3 tables away at a restaurant talking about that same movie, that is, regardless of what it means verbatim, know that the basic meaning is that you're on the right track. You are in alignment. You are being breadcrumbed to that thing. Like, those are your confirmations of your intuition. And that's why it is so important to be intentional at this time, because the only reason you would ever be confused when you receive a sign is if you don't know what you're manifesting, if you don't know what you are intending to create. This pain that I'm experiencing in my wrist is really, I don't know. It feels like there's a message there for someone, but I'm just going to I don't want to hold on to the pain, but that it feels like there's a message there. Like maybe someone's been working with their hands, or like doing a lot of typing or writing or holding. That's so, because it's in my left hand and I'm right-handed. So I do most things with my right hand. And I actually have been intentionally like brushing my teeth with my left hand to, recode my subconscious. But that, like, maybe somebody needed to hear that like, that's something you can do. Like if you are intentionally trying intentionally in look, I was gonna say intentionally intending, but that's redundant. But if you are intending to recode your subconscious and you are doing subconscious work, which is, I want to say, the easiest way to change your life the most effectively, but it's also the most unseen way. Like, you have to just trust that it's working and keep in the habit of it, because you're not going to necessarily see with your physical eyes the difference right away, but yet using your non-dominant hand to do the more mundane tasks like brushing your teeth, or even, excuse me, if you feel called, like journaling with your non-dominant hand, and see what comes up. You might end up, writing something that you didn't expect. You might end up sending yourself a message or receiving a message from your guides, your source, ancestors, angels, ascended masters. Like, we are all channels. We have Melchizedek with divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. And that's committing through study. When you're studying, it's like you don't know if you retain the information or if you really learned anything until you take the test, you do the homework, you start doing the work, or you turn in the homework and get the grade back. Bottom of the deck, Isis reclaiming magic. Call back your power and what is rightfully yours. Call back your power because it is rightfully yours. No one is entitled to your power or your sovereignty. No one's entitled to your mind. There's a lot of energies, entities, beings that would like to have control over your mind, that would love to be able to harness your mind to perpetuate fear, because there's a lot of that. We have Lady Venus, light activation, call to action, power surge, earth mission. This Cancer new moon and Jupiter Cazimi is literally the power surge. Archangel Haniel, this card keeps coming out, but it literally says, embrace by love, let love reach where it has never reached before. And I know that this card keeps coming out for that reason, the never reached before. We are at a time that we have never experienced before. You have never been this person before. You have never had this combination of experience, of age, of surroundings. Like, this is a combination that you've never worked with before. You've never had this level of wisdom, this level of knowledge. So allow yourself to be new as your circumstances become new. And they are new in every new now moment. Every moment is a new moment. It's a moment you've never experienced before and you will never experience again. So allow love to reach where it has never reached before. We have Mother Mary with miraculous encounter. Divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. Trust your inner power. We had Isis at the bottom of the deck with reclaiming power. And we have Lady Nada, expanded heart. There is so much. I was going to say there's so much divine feminine energy, and there is, but it actually is an equal amount of divine masculine and divine feminine, because we have Melchizedek and Metatron out here twice on the table with his divine counterpart. So there really is, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we are outnumbered on the divine feminine side, but it's balance. There is balance here. Lady Nada, expanded heart. Openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved. Let love reach where it has never reached before. I said in the beginning of this live that this is a time of fated encounters. Be open to meeting people and encountering and connecting with people that are going to be able to love you in a way that you've never been able to be loved. Thank you. Have a blessed day as well. Yeah, like, there is, love is all there is. Love is all that's required. Love is a revolution in itself, in a climate that would love for us to deteriorate into hate. Love is the biggest, most effective rebellion. Continue to love those around you. Continue to love, period. Do not allow your heart to be closed down by false narratives that are being fed to you. We are in a very abundant transitional season. We are in the midst of the Great Awakening. Like, And those of us here who are aware of that are anchoring that awakening to earth. Where do I want? You know, I'm trying to see, because there's so many. I'm going to come right here, actually. So this is the Black Moon Lilith Oracle. But it's, the divine feminine is activated at this time, because that's operating from the heart. Like, yes, the masculine is the head, but excuse me, throat chakra blockage. Wow. I'm actually going to pause and drink water on that one, because what I was going to say, yes, the masculine is the head, but we've existed here too long. Wow, hold on, because I'm really blocked up. It's like my sinuses are trying to drain as I'm saying, like, we've been in the head too long. That the congestion, the confusion, the fog, the mind cannot figure out where we're going because we've never been there before. You can't figure it out. Like the miraculous encounters, miraculous moments, Pluto endings and regeneration. Like, this is the end of an old paradigm. We've shifted timelines, we've quantum leaped, we did all the things, all these things that we keep hearing about. They're happening, they've been done, and they continue to happen. But you have to stop going back. You have to stop thinking that you're still whatever version of yourself you were before the shift. It's up to you to embody the shift. Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, sexual alchemy. And this is very sacral, very liberated energy, and liberation in a way that is just genuine self-expression, not allowing anyone to tell you how you are supposed to express yourself, expressing yourself in the way that feels best for you, in the way that is most aligned to you. If that means moving your hips, shaking your ass, whatever like, move the energy, because that's the thing. Like, with sexual alchemy, that region of the body, the sacral, the hips, the pelvis, moving the energy that exists there freely, without it being, because yes, this says sexual alchemy, but that's just the coming together of the divine masculine and the divine feminine to create new. And that can happen within the self. I'm getting the vision of Kundalini activation. That might be significant for someone. Like the Kundalini rising, your like the activation of the DMT, the natural chemical that is produced by, is it the gland at the base of the skull? I'm not even, look, not a scientist, all the things. Like, I'm aware, but sometimes when I'm channeling, it's hard to grasp the exact fact that I'm coming for. But you look into, honestly, look into Kundalini activation with discernment. Because if you're going to look into it, there's a lot of people that stigmatize it, but it's only a quote unquote negative experience if you try to force it, because it will happen naturally as you are on your journey. If you are meant to have a Kundalini activation, and some of us have and don't even realize it. I'm getting the vision, like the analogy just came to me of like a woman, and you know how they used to check for purity by making sure the hymen was intact, but you can break your hymen by like riding a horse. That's the vision I'm getting with like Kundalini activation. Like, some of us experienced Kundalini activation at such a young age that we don't even remember, and we've been awake the whole time. So if that resonates, take that as truth, because that, in some ways, that's what I feel my experience has been. Like, I became familiar with Kundalini activation maybe within the last like 2 years, but then it never felt like something. It was always a disconnect, because it's like I feel I'm awake, I'm aware, and you can have more than one. It can happen again, but and I'm seeing Adam, dark divine father of creation. Yeah, because a lot of times we hear about the dark feminine, but we don't talk about the dark masculine. There is, I guess because we talk about the quote toxic masculine, but that's not the same as the dark masculine. Although in some ways The stored them, what? Stored them? They stored them. What are we storing? Okay, that's connecting me to something that I heard yesterday, actually. But I was going to say the story of Adam is kind of toxic masculine. And I'd say that with love. Um, but the stored them, the the idea of the storage container, like we have a divine storage unit of all the talents and gifts that our soul has embodied and accumulated over lifetimes, plural. And you have access to that storage unit, but you have to know and trust that you have access to it. And it's time to go to that unit and pull out them antiques. Pull out that antique ancient energy, because there are some of us that are here to anchor an energy that has been dormant. What just came to me was for millennia. There are some ancient souls on this live right now. Um, yeah, I have my skin is buzzing. Like that's the only way I can really describe the confirmation that I receive physically. Is like different parts of my body buzz, and there's so many spirit chills, I guess you could call them, occurring right now. But yeah, that ancient energy, bring forth the ancient energy, allow it to channel through you freely. With the sexual alchemy, allow your divine masculine and divine feminine to operate in union. And I'm feeling what that, like, it's sexual, it's sensual, it's like, it's very, I don't even know how to describe it, but it feels very turned on, like very much living turned on, and not in a, like, there's no stigma. It's not taboo. This came back out. I feel like I need to read this card. Dark Divine Father of Creation, Adam. And then we have bottom of the deck with Mars, drive, energy, and passion. Where is Mars right now? Is Mars in, I think it's in Virgo, maybe? I think it might be Mars in Virgo right now. I wish I had my astrology planner over here, but it's fine. I'm pretty sure Mars is in Virgo, and that's very like meticulous action, but it's action. It's taking the actions that are going to like beeline you to your manifestation, like taking the inspired action. And we have this, like, literally this drain, whatever is happening inside my head right now, because I said like the masculine is the head and the feminine is the heart. There's a lot of drainage happening for me right now, which is a sign that that's what's clearing. Like the fog is clearing. The divine masculine is dropping into the heart to meet the feminine. So we have Dark Divine Father of Creation. The Adam Oracle card signals a time to heal your dark divine masculine shadow, a shadow that may originate with the father, paternal ancestral patterns, and imbalances in relationships. Adam's story can show us the toxicity that can develop around power struggles between masculine and feminine, and why it's important to heal it within. The Adam Oracle card raises the example of what not to do and encourages you to release toxic masculinity that has held you back in your life. Adam was the first man and counterpart to both Lilith and Eve. In both biblical myths, he is portrayed as the defenseless man who just wanted submission from Lilith. He was then tempted into sin by Eve, who bit into the forbidden apple from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Both creation stories teach that women who don't submit to their husbands are evil, and that if they are not controlled, they will tempt their husbands into sin. Masculine energy as a concept is used in occult teachings to describe efficiency, competition, and action. Feminine energy is associated with emotions, the senses, and feeling. Everyone has a level of masculine energy within them, no matter their gender identity. You can gain an understanding of your masculine energy in your birth chart by looking at the zodiac signs most present in your chart. The masculine signs of the zodiac are represented by the active air and fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Water and earth are the sensory feminine signs. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then the affirmation or the guidance: stand in your own power through supporting and harmonizing with others. You are transmuting your dark divine masculine power into light. That even the story of, because I feel like that's a story that most people aren't aware of, that Adam's first partner was not Eve. Adam's first partner was Lilith. Black Moon Lilith. Lilith was the dark feminine, the free spirited, the unbridled. And the real story with this sexual alchemy here, Adam didn't want her because she wanted to be on top. And he didn't want that. So let the woman get on top. Okay? Let us, we can switch. But let's be open-minded here. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm going to read the sexual alchemy card, and hopefully, TikTok doesn't mind me using that word, because I know I've been flagged for it before. Let's see, in Scorpio, maybe number 8. Yes. Well, yeah, it's on the card. Okay, so this oracle is calling you to transformation and calling you to transform and heal your deepest shadow. Dark energy from childhood and ancestral traumas can project into your reality, holding you back from your true authentic self. It can feel like an arduous process, like a dark night of the soul, but on the other end of this journey is self-empowerment. Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, is both challenging and rewarding when integrated. Symbolized by the scorpion, Scorpio is a fixed water sign, which represents the depth of emotion, secrets, crisis, the occult, and sexual power all live under Scorpio. Mars, which we have Mars right here, the god of war, and did I just see? Okay, I was going to say, I thought I just saw Pluto, but we did. Pluto was on the bottom of the deck when I was still shuffling. And Pluto, the lord of the underworld, both rule over Scorpio. While you may not see this intensity at first glance, it bubbles fiercely under the surface. When Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio, you can experience sexual trauma, power struggles, or crisis, which can create suffering in the present. And when Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio, meaning your personal placement, not the current astrological placement. As a result, you may repress difficult events, leading to conflicts and challenges. This also can affect your personal power, as you tend to give it away to others when you are not careful. We can see this manifest in the life of Johnny Depp, a natal Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, who grew up with an abusive mother. You can alchemize this dark energy into light through shadow work, practicing boundaries, and releasing the past. Dark divine feminine shadow work. Heal your divine feminine sexual magnetism by releasing any shame you have around this primal side of yourself. Incorporating moments of self-pleasure, sex magic, and self-love can help you navigate it. Dark divine masculine shadow work. You have a deep sense of power, but it's important not to control others with it. Practices like breath work and solitary meditation can help integrate any crisis you have experienced in life. And then at the bottom it just says, it's time to dive deep into your darkest shadow. Tap into your sexual power and magnetism to heal. And that's the thing. We are so magnetic right now. And you're magnetizing at the frequency that you reside. So the higher your frequency, the more high vibrational things you magnetize to you, the more miraculous moments, miraculous encounters you experience, because you are a vibrational match to them. And it's going to feel like it doesn't make sense, but it's all going to feel so aligned and so the synchronicities of it all. Like, you're going to start thinking things and they're just going to show up in your reality, because that's when you detach from the outcome, when you simply know that everything is working out for you. That's what happens. Like, how many people have you seen that are just like delusionally and didn't, maybe never even did it intentionally, but that's just naturally how they're wired, to never really think that anything negative is going to happen to them, and then it doesn't. There's something to that. There, like, thoughts create things. Allow your thoughts to focus on the positive. Like, as soon as you feel a negative thought start to creep in, you can train yourself to recognize those things and stop the train of thought in its tracks. Like, literally hit the e-brake and refrain. Like, one of my favorite just like things to think as soon as like I can feel some sort of anxious or negative energy start to show up in any form, is just, I'm so grateful to live the life of my dreams. And that stops it in its tracks. Like, I'm living the life of my dreams. What do I have to worry about? I'm living it now. You are living now. Live. Allow yourself to live. Allow yourself to feel the gratitude that you are living the life of your dreams right now, regardless of what it looks like. Because if it was ever going to start, it would start now. If it felt like it wasn't your dreams in the past, allow your dreams to show up for you right now by feeling them. Let's see. I feel like I just need to breathe for a moment. Can we all take a deep breath together? Just... and that's the idea that money, wealth, currency flows to you as easily as oxygen, as air. If money were air, how differently would you relate to it? Knowing that every time you exhaled, there would be more to inhale. And every time you inhaled, that you had, like, it would feel good to release. And that you'll never run out. Like, it's a constant flow. There's nothing to, like, there's nothing to fear. You never fear, unless maybe you have like asthma or had some sort of breathing condition, but you've never feared that there would be more air to breathe the next breath you took. Like, you never paused before taking a breath and were like, wait, I better savor this one, because who knows if I'm gonna have air the next time I exit. Like, that fear, that it's not that. How do I word this? Because it's such a peaceful confirmation. The way that you are able to release and receive without question is the energy to carry around wealth. Allow yourself to release, receive, and hold as necessary. Because if you practice breath work, there are times where you hold at the fullness and when you hold at the emptiness, but never are you concerned about returning to that alternate state. You're never concerned about going to your emptiness and then going back to your fullness, because it's an even exchange. They coexist together. Don't allow your emptiness to make you fearful of receiving your fullness. Let go. Let go. You are being divinely guided. Divine guidance. Frogs may be a synchronicity for someone. I'm getting the energy of like a guide. Like, you may have guides that manifest as frogs. Maybe you've encountered a frog recently. But yeah, there's a lot of wisdom in the frog symbology. I guess that's the word I'm saying. Good luck, eternal charisma, and change. We have a lot of animal totems here. So we have a ladybug, a butterfly, and a chameleon. Yeah, those may all be significant for someone. And bottom of the deck is union. The divine union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, be it in the 3D where you are now having that fated encounter with the counterpart that is meant to go on this journey with you, or it's the divine union of the divine masculine and divine feminine within that kundalini activation, that full awakening, the integration of self, being the full self, unbridled, unashamed, brazen, bold, Like, be your unique, embody your unique frequency, your authenticity, because that cannot be copied. It can be imitated, but it cannot be duplicated. There is no one can channel what it is that only your soul has access to. Regardless of how natural and innate it feels for you to do the thing, if it feels so easy that you're like, oh, everybody should, as soon as you start thinking like that, that's the thing that you need to continue to do. As soon as you feel like, oh, this is so easy for me, like, why would I even? Because that's the point. You were given innate gifts for a reason. This world has conditioned us to think that we need to improve on the things that we're not good at until we're good at all the things. That was never supposed to be the case. We were never supposed to spend our time thriving and scratching and clawing at the things that elude us. They're eluding us for a reason. Because there is better for us. There is easier for us. There is more joy and ease and peace for us in the path that comes naturally, regardless of how delusional or whatever narratives have been fed, where it's like, oh, well, you can't make money doing. There are people making money. What came to mind, this is such a random, but there are people making money sitting on cakes. Hello? Do the thing. There's so, like, money is not that can't be the only motive, because the money follows you as you follow your passion. Because you operating in your highest vibration, in your highest frequency, magnetizes people that would pay to be able to align with that energy. Not because they want to do the thing you're doing, but they want to feel the way they feel when you do the thing. They pay for the way you make them feel. That's what it is. It doesn't matter what you do. It's the way you make them feel when you're doing it. Okay, I have my dragons right here, actually. I do want to come into the Dragon Oracle. And this is, I know, like, dragon energy. I don't know if, because it not Western dragon, not slay the dragon, fight the blah, blah, blah. It's not that. It's not damsel in distress energy. It's guides, assistance, divine guidance, like learning how to train your dragon. Like, and that is calling me to say, like, look into your north and south node placements in your birth chart. There's some guidance for you there. But Air Dragon at the bottom of the deck helps you rise above earthly matters, communicate honestly, bring inspiration and hope, see life from a higher perspective. Well, that was fast. Archangel Gabriel's Dragon brings purification. This card actually has come out for me before already, and I've only had this deck for 2 days. So this is a very strong energy. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. Yeah, it's like the cleansing of your aura, the purification, the removal of the debris in your aura. The debris is generated by trying to mimic or people please, and like abandonment, abandoning yourself to please others. Although it may sound counterintuitive, the more that you stand your ground and don't allow anything that is not in alignment into your field, the better served the people around you will be. Even if, whether it's them learning to be more independent because they've depended on you to show up because you always have, but every time you showed up, you felt like you were relinquishing something that you needed to be doing for you, or that it just wasn't aligned. You were depleting your own energy to pour into someone else unnecessarily, like doing it because you felt like you had to. This have to energy is no longer, like, we're doing what lights us up, what feels like a sacred hell yes on the inside. All right, and then we have White Gold Dragon from Lyra. I said we had some ancient being star seeds, but connects you to the highest Christ light. Develop your causal chakra. Breathe in ninth dimensional Christ light. And then we have the gold and silver violet flame dragon. This has also come out for me already. Transmute the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. Grace to yourself and grace to others. Offer, like this, we are serving by you embodying, your highest gifts, your highest excitement. That's the service. Like it's how you make people feel when you do what you do. That is the service. The thing you do does not have to be a service, but if it makes someone feel good, if it reminds someone of their truth, if it reminds them that they have the free will to choose themselves, you've done a service. You've just served by having fun, by doing the thing you enjoy. And we have bottom of the deck, Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. Star seeds abound. This live is full of star seeds right now, okay? Prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, give and receive heart healing. Because it's a natural flow. That's the, like, having to even talk about being divinely compensated or having the flow is just a further sign of how deeply conditioned we have been to be transactional. These transactions happen without having to think. And that's the that's the part that makes the human anxious, is figuring out, oh, well, how do I do it? You don't have to figure out how now. If you don't know right now, you don't need to know. Everything you need to know finds you at the perfect time. That inspired action to show up at that random coffee shop reading whatever book, and now somebody's like, oh, what book is that? And you tell them, and now they're reading the book and it's changed their life. Served. You've done a good service, and all you did was show up and read a book at a coffee shop. It's literally that easy, but you have to let it be. Allow it to be that easy. Where are we at with white gold dragon from Lyra? Because I've already read the other two cards, but I don't want to just sit here and read the book to y'all. So I found, white gold dragon from Lyra and blue dragon from the Pleiades. No, we're too high. Hold on. And that's the idea. Like, the fact that this goes up, I think, to the 9th dimension, and we're just now entering the 5D. Like, there is so much higher to reach, and we have the choice, the opportunity, the ability to flow through the dimensions. Like, you are still going to have people in the 3rd dimension. Powerful download. Yes, there is higher consciousness connecting to you at all times. You just have to tap into the stream. We have access to dimensions beyond our understanding, but you have to be in a paradigm that allows you to connect in that way. Where is white gold? I must also say I am quite warm because channeling. Okay, let's just rely on the white gold. Is what page? White gold dragon from, nope, we did that. Blue dragon is what I'm looking for. Blue dragon. You know what, honestly, let's just read white gold and we'll find blue, because white gold came out first. Connects you to the highest Christ light. Develop your causal chakra. Bathe in 9th dimensional Christ light. Lyra is the cross-shaped 12th dimensional stargate through which Archangel Christiel and the unicorns enter our universe. The light from Lyra pours down through the moon, new moon in Cancer, allowing scintillating 7th dimensional dragons to step through into the vibration of Earth. These white gold dragons embody the highest frequency of the Christ light available to everyone on this planet. They work closely with Archangel Christiel, who is in charge of the development of the causal chakras of humanity. This is particularly important now, as our causal chakra is our connection to the higher dimensions of spirit, the dragons, angels, unicorns, and masters. The white gold dragon from Lyra white gold dragons from Lyra help to clear and develop our causal chakra and illuminate our highest possible ascension path. Guidance: these white gold dragons are attracted to you now because you already carry Christ light in your aura. Ask one to take you to the ninth dimensional pool of Christ energy held in Lacume. Visualize yourself bathing in the pool, which shimmers and swirls with pure love and light. Feel yourself absorbing all you are ready to receive. When you return, continue to feel the white gold light in your aura and practice pure, unconditional love in your daily life. Your aura will radiate the incredibly high frequency of white gold, and the white gold dragon from Lyra will support you by continuing to pour Christ light into you. Take time to find a quiet, still place where you can listen to its wisdom and guidance. Your aura is magnetic. Your aura is you're a lighthouse. You are a lighthouse calling in all those that you have soul contracts with to be in connection with this lifetime. You are here to activate the grid. Like, your existence, your being, your essence is there are beings on earth, and they don't even know they're waiting for you, but they are. They're waiting for you to show up, and that's their signal to come online. I have so many chills, skin buzzing going on right now. Blue Dragon from the Pleiades, page 86. The way that my eyes went straight to it then, because divine timing. Everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time. If you're looking for something and cannot find it, trust that you don't need it right now. Do not allow your nervous system to get dysregulated. Do not stress. Do not worry. It will show. If all you have to do is I call whatever that thing is out of the 5D into the 4D, like out of the invisible into the visible, and wait for it to show up. Prepares you to accept source healing. Accept a heart activation. Give and receive heart healing. The Pleiades is the star cluster of healing. Between Source and the Pleiades, there is a blue etheric rose. It has 33 petals, for 33 is the vibration of the Christ light. This rose is a transformer through which pure source healing is downloaded to the masters of the Pleiades. They pass it at an appropriate frequency to the angels and dragons, who in turn shower it onto those humans who are ready. The incredible seventh dimensional blue dragons from the Pleiades hold the rose in their hearts and radiate source healing. They whirl around us, pouring this blue heart healing into us as soon as they see we are ready. They activate and light up a high frequency blue rose in each of our 12 chakras, preparing our energy field for the angels of the Pleiades to connect with us. Even then, they will remain with us so that we can easily hold the healing vibration of the blue rose and pass it on to others. Guidance: a blue dragon from the Pleiades has come to you today to offer you healing by lighting up a blue rose in each of your chakras. Relax. Invite it to touch you and accept any energy it brings you. Alternatively, it may have sought you to suggest you give beautiful blue Pleiadian healing under the law of grace to others. If you wish to do this, tell it that you are ready, and it will activate a huge energetic blue rose in your heart so you can direct source healing to a person or situation. You have the power to heal, the innate power to heal, by simply operating in your high home frequency, because your home, everyone under the sound of my voice right now is a high vibrational being, and high vibration shakes out the BS. Like, they're low vibrational things you can't fake frequency. The higher the vibration, the more refined, the more purified, brings purification, and not in this, like, not in a one's better than the other, or this it there it, they both just are. One is not better than the other, although one may have a more pleasant experience than the other, but one is not better than the other. The balance and duality of earth requires that both exist, but you get to choose the frequency and the path that you follow, the ascension path. You can choose. There are people here that came to this earth, but the soul came to the earth with the intention of maintaining lower frequencies so that earth remains a physical place. If everyone continued to vibrate at the rate that the people here are vibrating, we we'd vibrate into stardust. Basically, we'd all disappear and go back to source from which we came, which is not to me not a bad thing. But if we came here to have a human journey for a reason, we are raising the vibration. Yes, this is a collective. This is collective. Yeah, we're raising the vibration of earth, and we're doing the work. I'm not host, but thank you. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to tap into this Gateway of Light to Activation Oracle, and then I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to let y'all go after that. But just know that you have been activated in a way that you've never been activated before, and you are going to start receiving messages, downloads, information, wisdom, knowledge, literally, divine knowledge. You are going to start downloading, like document your downloads, start writing the things that come to you, record, like you're going to feel called, to do these things, to express yourself creatively, to document what is showing up for you. Because there's a card in, I don't even know what deck it is, Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. As long as you have set your intention and honed your frequency, you can't go wrong. There is no wrong path. We have free will for a reason, because we are able to express ourselves innately, naturally, in whatever way feels most resonant to us in the moment. And that could be anything. Every choice is a portal into a new timeline. But you cannot fear making the choice, because clarity comes from making the choice. You cannot have the clarity until you have chosen. And once you have chosen, you can decide whether or not you want to continue with that choice. We have bottom of the deck here with higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. And that just brought the concept of telepathy to me just now, because we all have telepathic communication abilities, but the human has had their heart closed for so long that we have lost access, because that is where the communication takes place. People have closed their heart out of shame and like guilt, because they know that they may be harboring things that are low vibrational and dense. And if somebody were to see those things without them permitting so, then they would feel exposed. But the more that we vibrate higher and release the shame and the guilt and are able to express our testimonies, our stories freely, the bullshit you went through was so that you could relate to the people that are still in it. Let's read Akashic Stargate, because I feel like that's in tune with, if you were here earlier, I mentioned the storehouse. Like, your soul has a storage unit of gifts, abilities, talents that it has collected over lifetimes, over millennia, that you have access to. And the storehouse is pouring out into you right now. Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Let's see, we have Akashic Records and Akashic Stargate. A Stargate is a portal that can take us through space and time to a whole other universe. It's based on the concept of the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or what is also known as a wormhole, where a speculative structure linking different points of space-time is created. In spirituality, a stargate is less about traveling on the physical three-dimensional level and more about making progress on the spiritual. A feature of many spiritual traditions is the idea that all of us have a stargate in our heart that connects us to the central lattice of consciousness, the divine matrix. The Buddha acknowledged we were the universe, while Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you. The Akashic Stargate transports us to a space where we are given the opportunity to make a decision to accelerate the realization of our life purpose. Connect, visualize yourself at a crossroads, tune into the direction that feels most joyful, light, and loving. Imagine yourself walking that road. See all that it brings you. Your message: whenever the Akashic Stargate is presented to you, it's because you're at a critical point on your journey. You have the opportunity to move in a particular direction, and you have to make a decision. This can feel overwhelming, and you may be waiting for someone or something to make the decision for you. But you aren't here to walk a path that was set for you. You're here to walk a path that you have chosen. The next phase of your journey cannot unfold until you decide which way to go. Know that whatever direction you take and whatever decision you make, you'll always be on the right path. No matter how you get there, you'll always end up in a similar space. Also know that purpose isn't about doing your duty. It's about living life and experiencing joy. We incarnated into human bodies to feel. Make sure that you are feeling the feelings that you desire. You get to choose. Choose the experience of joy, peace, and ease. Live in awe, abundance with ease. On that note, I am going to love and leave y'all here. This has been such beautiful energy. I hope, I know, I intend that you move forward with so much reassurance, so much confirmation, and so much ease on this path. But until next time, I am wishing you an abundant ascension, and I will catch you all in the next live. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace.